Good evening, everybody. Here is the team training on aromatherapy and diffusers, a really lovely customer social that some of you did with me the other day, and then when we got to the end I realised I hadn't recorded it. So if you weren't able to be part of that, what you've got tonight is just me talking and unfortunately not your team members who were able to be there with me smelling the oils and enjoying the process. So this first image is, as you can see, the title slide that I made for that training that we did, and this is just an image that I found in Google that I've put through WordSwag. So it's very similar to the one that I've made for my customers for Aromatherapy Week. We're doing that on the Thursday of Aromatherapy Week. So it's just a heads up that this is a really nice way to make images if you want to. Okay, so preparation for the evening. I make no apologies for just this similar kind of prep information as you will have seen if you've looked at the other social trainings. But the main one with this is that you need lots of these gorgeousnesses. This is the box of the scent strips that are available for us in Business Tools, and they've got lots and lots of little individual strips of card that have got the Neal's Yard Remedies logo on and some space to put a dot of essential oil on the end. And I'm finding that there are two ways that many of us are using these scent strips to get essential oil out for socials. Either taking a thin narrow strip of cling film and wrapping each scent strip kind of on top of the next one and making a roll of them, so they're all rolled together. Or some people have invested in some florist thin cellophane bags, the sort that you would put a single stem flower in, which of course are perfect for these scent strips. So you can go either way if you, that you like, but we have found over the weeks that not putting these scent strips into something plastic means that the fragrance deteriorates, and it also alters if you wrap the scent strips in tin foil. So for the sake of the online event and getting the fragrances to people, we will need to use a little bit of something to help protect the fragrance. But I just figure, well, we're not jumping in cars and going and doing workshops and parties, so it's a small price to pay in order for people to enjoy the oils. And you can read for yourself the other tips that I've got there. I think preparation is really important, and obviously you need to book this event far enough ahead so that you've got time to post out the scent strips of the oils that you choose from the range that we're going to talk about in the training tonight, and also just make sure that you've done things like set up the online party link and send out reminders and instructions to your guests who are coming. Okay, so then, you know, just good Zoom or Facebook etiquettes and ideas there. Definitely just arriving a few minutes before your guests so that they can have time to chat to you and you can check that they've got everything that they need set up. One of the things that might be nice for this event is that those customers who are joining you who've already bought a diffuser from you, that they have that plugged in. And I would specify that if they've bought a diffuser from you, they have it plugged in, rather than just say if you've got a diffuser. Reason being that potentially they could have other brands and be talking about those and advertising them, which of course you don't want them to be doing on your social. The bottom point there on that page is important. You know, have customers who are already au fait with our essential oils, maybe have bought the diffusers, that kind of thing. You know, always good to have their testimony. So do your homework and just think, okay, which oils do each of the customers who are coming have, and maybe just ping a few messages over to ask them which their favourites are, so that you know who you can ask to contribute to your event as you go. So the first oil that we're going to look at is the Focus blend, and what I've tried to do is select essential oils that are not ones that we've particularly highlighted in the other social trainings that I've done. It really doesn't matter which oils you pick. This may be your first social. Really, you know, just pick whichever ones you like. But this one I find really helpful for concentration and time where when we were all working remotely. It seemed like a really lovely one to start with. And as you can see from the slide there, you've got rosemary, spearmint and orange in this blend. So just a really lovely combination of fragrance. So if you've got your customers with their scent strips, encourage them to shut their eyes and waft that scent strip underneath their nose and inhale the fragrance gently. And you might be using a scent strip and you might be using the bottle. So potentially what you're going to do is waft the lid around underneath your nose. And this is really important, I think, for this particular social, that we just encourage people to inhale the fragrance and enjoy the aromatherapeutic benefits really gently, because we've actually got a lot of oils to enjoy, and it might be quite tricky to get through all of those without feeling like our nose is on a bit of overload if they're inhaling too much of it. So just a few wafts, and then you can chat about whichever of the details that you want to talk about this oil, and then encourage them just to smell it again. Just really gently again from their scent strip. Okay, so why, but there we go. As you can see from the slide here, I've put in at the bottom how these oils can be used, and this information is on your Replicated website. So this is an oil that is recommended for the diffusers and for inhalation over a steaming bowl of water. It isn't an oil that's recommended for bath or massage. So it's just important to make that clarification as you're going through different oils. So the next oil we're going to try is Optimism. This is my personal favourite, and is black pepper, grapefruit and jasmine. Just really good, perhaps a good one for this particular time of year, because and this season, because for lots of people they're a bit wobbly at the moment in terms of what's going on in the world. You know, the confidence is perhaps a bit knocked, and we're all a bit unsure as to what the future may hold, and actually this is a lovely one for boosting your inner confidence, uplifting you and renewing your optimism in life. This is a really lovely one for the diffuser, that is, it's a balancing oil, so it's not energizing or calming. It kind of sits somewhere in the middle, so it's quite grounding. And as it says there, renewed optimism, positivity and hope into your life. I remember when I first came across this oil many years ago, it said on the website underneath this oil, for when dark clouds seem to have gathered for no reason. And I thought that was a really nice way of describing that feeling when you need something that's a bit of a lift and a grounding reassurance, and optimism is that. Black pepper, grapefruit and jasmine. I think it's a really nice way to have one of the more heady floral fragrances, just blended with other oils that take down that heady floral fragrance a bit, but it's still there underneath. It's a lovely oil. Okay, and the last one that we're going to look at, that before we do something different, is Vitality. So what I've done in the training is I've kind of divided up essential oils with other things, just to give everybody's nasal passages a bit of a rest as we go. So this one is, I don't know if my picture is in the way there for you, let's move it down a bit. Energizing ginger, black pepper and cedarwood. So a completely different fragrance from the Optimism, but a really good booster for when energy levels are low. So this is quite a nice one for recovery, actually, just giving you vitality and support when you need it. And as you can see from this oil, massages have been added to uses of this oil, so still the diffusers and inhalation process, but also can be used as part of a massage blend. Boosting energy levels, good for that sort of late afternoon time of the day if you're flagging a bit and you just need to be able to keep going, especially remote working. This would be a good one to use. So on the days when you're feeling like, oh, I don't really want to be at my desk, if that's your space, then or you could just do with energy for the day, this is a good oil for that. Okay, so before the we move on to the home fragrance range, I just wanted to do a plug for the Essential Oils book, which is available as part of our range. And this book is an absolute go-to. If I just pull it open on any random selection of pages. Okay, so here we've find a couple of oils that we've actually got in our range. Here we go. Cardamom and eucalyptus, and you can see there's a single page for cardamom and then a single page for eucalyptus, and on each page you've got what's the oil good for, how is it best used, how do I store it, how is the oil made. Just amazing to go to a one-pager about each of the oils in our collection and more, to be honest. And then in the back you've got a whole section on base oils, which we're going to come and talk to a bit later. And then in the very back you've got some recipes, so how to make different things, blend for a focus, a calming blend. So you've got recipe ideas all in the back of there. And then right at the back you've got what can I use for sluggish circulation, aches and pains and sciatica, sprains and strains. So just really kind of a first aid Bible. I cannot recommend this book enough. It's absolutely beautifully made, and has got beautiful photographs, as Dorling Kindersley books do have. So if you haven't added that to your repertoire, I think this is an essential book for everybody. I've sold a couple to customers recently who've been getting into their essential oils, but certainly for us as consultants, especially if you're not trained as an aromatherapist, but if you are, you've probably got it already. It's a really, really beautiful book to help you start getting going on some of the oils that we're going to be exploring through this training. So we've allowed our guests at this point to try about 3 oils. It doesn't have to be the 3 that I've highlighted, as I said, but probably time at this point to give their noses a little bit of a rest. Just going to move my image down so you can see the 3 blends of fragrance in our home fragrance collection. And you can see on my display here that I have the Reed diffuser box, the room spray box, and I've lit the candles. If I just move that forward, you can have a look at that. It's got the logo on the front and a beautiful tall votive to enjoy, as it says on the screen, 36 hours of burn time in that little votive, and that's because of the quality of the organic beeswax and plant oil that the candle is made from. It's got a cotton wick running through it, and just a beautiful glass with the logo on, as I said. Okay, so looking at the other 2 products, if I pull open the Reed diffuser, we've got a set of reeds here. There are 8 in a set, and to be honest, you only need 3 or 4. I usually use 4, so half a set of reeds for the bottle of oil that's in here now. And then of course we've got oil refills, so refills available for this bottle, and so you've got the reeds already ready for that. So if I just bring the bottle up close, you can see it's got the logo on the front. It's actually a sort of almost like a grey silver. It's beautiful. The candle itself is 200 mils. So for those of you who knew the previous reed diffuser that we had, it's bigger. And it's a taller, more modern, elegant glass. And then obviously it's got a stopper in the top. So you have to unscrew the lid, take out the stopper from the top, and then put the lid back on so that the reeds have a support, and it just neatens the neck. It's beautiful. So that's that one. Put the reeds there. And then in a similar kind of fresh design, this is the room spray. And what I didn't show you on the side of the reed diffuser box, you've got this beautiful design of the ingredients on both sides of the box, and then information about the essential oils on the back. And the same is true on this one's the balancing, the blue bar across the middle is balancing, and it's got beautiful images of the essential oils that it contains, and then writing on the back. So all three, the reed diffuser, the candle and the room spray, come in the 3 fragrances that are at the top. And you can see the balancing room spray is in the image at the top of the screen. And I just want to show you this. Look, attention to detail in Neil's Job Remedies. Look, even the lid has got a little bit of information in it. It's just beautifully packaged. The blue bar that runs around the box is featured all the way through the box, in the lid and all the way down through the box. And then, of course, in the front of the label of the actual bottle. And what we've got here is 100 mils of liquid. I love these room sprays. The balancing one is the one I use in our bathrooms at home, and they're just really excellent at refreshing the air and making things smell a lot fresher again. So the calming blend, rose and geranium. Balancing blend is bergamot and patchouli. And then the uplifting range is grapefruit and petitgrain. And for those of you who did know the range before, it's the uplifting one that's changed. It's a very different fragrance. It's really beautiful and fresh and modern and clean. Just incredible. And then the other thing just to note there, the reed diffusers can last up to 12 weeks depending on how many reeds you use, and that will depend on how much fragrance you want in the room, how big the room is, that kind of thing. So you can buy, as it says there, you can buy the reeds separately in bundles of 8 as well. So once people have got the jar, they can do as many refills as they like. So helpful to refer to the pages in the catalogue when you're talking about the home fragrance range, and it's actually page 37 in our new catalogue. So people can be looking at that and then giving their noses a bit of a break before we move on to some other oils. So here's another must for this particular season. The Defense blend is lemongrass, niaouli and thyme, and is just amazing with clinical trials to prove that it kills 99.9% of bacteria. Therefore, an amazing oil for cleaning your house, using a couple of drops of this on a microfiber cloth, potentially blending up some Defense blend with another product which I'm going to talk to you about later, and a bit of warm water, just making a room spray that will surface spray so that you can clean using the Defense blend. I use this one all the time in the filter in my vacuum cleaner, and just refreshes the air, especially if the house is just seeming a bit stale on colder days, wet days when you're not necessarily going to open the windows as much. It really does refresh the air. But obviously, of course, the support of the family's immune system is very current. I've sold more Defense in the last few weeks than I've sold ever since this oil came. So it is, of course, the oil that is the essential oil that is the basis of our Defense hand spray. And you can use it in diffusers, so that actually inhaling that the vapor from this essential oil in the water is helping to support our immune systems and literally our respiratory systems as we're breathing it in. You can use it as an inhalation technique over a bowl of steaming water, and as it says there, perfect for cleansing. So a couple of drops to clean your phone down every now and again, as well as work surfaces. You just add a couple of drops to your laundry. Amazing oil. So it's a must-have. Make sure you add that to your kit if you haven't got that one, and use it in your house. Don't leave it in your kit bag. So here's another one that I've chosen, Women's Balance. This is a very popular oil, it has to be said, not just with the women, and it is patchouli, geranium, rose and frankincense, and it's there to help balance. It's like a reassuring best friend, I think. It's just like when you've had a really good chat with somebody who understands you. Oh, it's amazing. And I think I'm a bit hormonal at the moment, and that's the best time to enjoy this oil. It's really, really great. So diffusers and burners, inhalation, and good for massage, this one. So fine to be on your body, and therefore you can add to body lotion or bath oil too. So having enjoyed those 3 oils, let's have a slight break and let people know about our remedies to roll. So again, get them to refer to the catalogue, and where they're featured is at the back with the essential oil blends that we've just shared. So page 42 in the current catalogue, and you've got the little case, the little Hessian bag with 4 of the remedies to roll. Energy, nighttime, relaxation and travel are in that little case. It makes a really lovely present, or a lovely little carry case for somebody's handbag who really wants to use these often. And then we've got individual essential oils, and the 2 that are the same blends as the essential oil blend are Women's Balance and Meditation. So actually, if you've given them a sample of the essential oils on their tester strips, then they'll know the fragrance of the remedy to roll. Interestingly, the nighttime blend is a different essential oil blend than the nighttime remedy to roll. So they just have to trust you on that one and order it. But it's obviously there to help to relax and calm and send people off for a beautiful night's sleep. So yeah, Meditation and Women's Balance are the same as the essential oil blends. And these little remedies to roll, if you're new to these, they have a little roller ball in the top. You can see there. And it's a sunflower oil base and as a carrier oil, and you just rub them onto your pulse points. So your wrists, your temples, just to the side of your your eyes. You can feel your pulse here in the base of your neck, and then the other place is the back of your knees. That's a good place. I've got jeans on, so I won't be doing that just now. And some people use these for their aromatherapeutic benefits. So meditation is a beautiful one to add to yoga, or just some time of just well-being and time out. Focus is really good for concentration and getting down to work, and so you can use these as part of a trigger for whatever it is you're about to start doing. So in the evening, the relaxation remedy to roll is good. Nighttime, just before you go to sleep, that kind of thing. So part of your ritual. But also some people use them as an alternative to fragrance. So using them almost like a perfume. If you particularly love the smell of one of them, then it's just nice to have the aromatherapeutic benefit of that alongside a fragrance that you love. So there to enhance your mood and your well-being, really nice handbag size ways to enjoy essential oil all the time. Okay, this oil is currently not available, but I'm hoping we will have some back. So I've included it because it is a really good oil for summer, especially if you're somebody who gets bitten by midges, and is a zesty lemon fragrance. It doesn't smell at all like those citronella candles that you can buy to put in your garden. This is the pure essential oil, and is a really lovely oil when it comes back to blend with orange, lime and peppermint, as it says there, but also to use with the Create range, which we're going to talk about in a bit, and make up your own body lotion in particular, to stop yourself being bitten by midges. So hold fire on that one from including it at this particular time, but I did just want to include it in the training because when it's back, it's a really good one to be promoting. Anybody will do anything who gets bitten as much as I do. Okay, so lemon essential oil, very uplifting and fresh, and it's clarifying. It's very good for toning the skin, and is a natural disinfectant. So it's very good antibacterial essential oil. As it says there, it blends beautifully with peppermint and rosemary, also juniper. I don't use it with juniper, but I do use it with peppermint and rosemary. And so, as you will see, what we've done is we've gone from blends of essential oils into some of the individual blends so that people can select whichever works for them. And bath and shower, inhalation, massage, and diffusers and burners for that one. And then there's rosemary. This is a good herb for concentration. Apparently Greek scholars used to pin a little sprig of rosemary onto their togas when they were about their scholarly work, because it really helps concentration, and it does really focus the mind. This is a lovely oil. As it said on the previous slide with lemon, this it blends well with rosemary. Rosemary also blends well with lemon, funny that. And I often use this if I'm at my desk for the day, especially for those days where you're trying to do too many things at once. So not just when you're at your desk, but it's a bit of a juggle and you need to be able to focus and concentrate. It's also a really good circulatory boost, so very good for a therapeutic massage and to ease muscular pain. And as you can see there, it can be used in all 4 of those ways. Peppermint seems to be coming up amazing with lemon and lavender essential oil too. But also just really very good for abdominal digestive issues. So as a massage oil for indigestion, really good for just gently working the abdominal area, obviously working in the direction that your digestive system works. So going clockwise rather than anti-clockwise would be a good idea. And peppermint's a bit underrated, I think. It's a really amazing oil. I use a lot of it. In the winter, it's great for just kind of clearing your passages when you've got a horrible cold. And it's really refreshing to the atmosphere. Just a really good all-round oil. And it's also really nice first thing in the morning, actually, just to get the day going kind of oil. Sometimes put it in the diffuser first thing. Okay, so alongside our essential oils, what we also have is base oils, such as this one. This is the almond oil, and these base oils in our catalogue, they are sort of alongside the body oils. Let me just find them in here. Can't find them. Here we go. Page 38. You've got body oils for massage, the aromatic and the detox toning oil and the soothing massage oil. And then often what gets overlooked is the pure base oils of grapeseed and almond oil that are on that page. The rosehip oil is there, but also there's argan oil, which features on the hair page. It's actually page 52. So argan, grapeseed, almond, they are really amazing, packed with essential fatty acids, base oils, to which you can add essential oils for blending to make your own massage oil. So we have our lovely pre-made ones, the soothing and the detox and the aromatic, but for those that would like to use some of their essential oils that are suitable for massage, they can make their own. And that is actually highlighted on page 38 in the catalogue. So, you know, just to be able to extend people's use beyond diffusers into creating their own massage oil will be a really good idea. And then, of course, at the moment, what we've got is this essential oil blending kit, aromatherapy blending kit that was £32 at Christmas time and is currently 20. So it's a saving of £12. It's just incredible. And this is a really lovely way to have a base oil and then a mixing bottle, and then 3 essential oils that you can add to that base oil to create your own massage oil or body oil, and just really nice with a little book of essential oil. It's a steal at £20 and makes an amazing present. So make the most of that whilst it's still available, and hopefully if you're watching this beyond the end of that offer, that you saw it anyway and snatched it up. Definitely one to recommend to your customers through the course of this aromatherapy week. So then diffuser wise, what I've done here is I've just separated out the diffusers that are in our catalogue on page 36. They're alongside the home fragrance collection on that double page spread, and really it's about knowing first of all what sort of material you want your diffuser to be made from. So the little Live diffuser that I've got here on the display is plastic, as is the Soto diffuser, which I've got here on the side. So actually when you're doing your evening with people, your social, have whichever diffusers you've got available plugged in so people can see them working and you can hold them up. I've got Maya behind me on the piano over there. Just, you know, maybe line them up on the table and plug them all in. For people who want the sustainability of the wood, the bamboo ester is tall and slim, and then you've got the rubber wood of the Maya, which is wider, but ceramic lid, as is the whole of the Oscar diffuser. So, you know, that may be something that people want to consider, particularly if they've got children in the house who might knock it over and break it. So just worth noting the different properties of what they're made of. And then just a bit on the features and benefits of each one I think is really helpful. The Oscar does have colour changing mood lighting, but you can also have it fixed on a single colour or just have it diffusing with the light off, which is perfect for a bedroom, of course. There is a continuous and an intermittent misting mode, which is great for strong essential oils, or if you just want it going in the background all day, it will obviously last longer. With the Maya will diffuse for up to 6 hours. It's amazing, and it's a beautiful rubber wood, sustainably sourced diffuser. It really is incredible, and it also has 1, 2 or 3 hour setting. So rather than the intermittent, it's got more additional features to come on or go off, as it says there, for meditation, for when you're drifting off to sleep, or actually for a treatment, because you then would be able to switch it off after an hour and know that the treatment is ended. The ester, excuse me, sustainably sourced bamboo, as I said, and the bamboo is hand cut so that the bamboo can flourish and continue to grow at a rate. And this is intermittent setting for every 30 seconds, light on, light dimmed, light off, but that's all. It isn't the colour changing option. Whereas the Soto is, so that has the colour changing mood lighting. And if you press the button once, then the lights will rotate through. If you press it again, it will fix on the light colour that you were currently on when you pressed it. And if you press it again, the light will go off. And so then if you press it again, then the diffuser will stop diffusing. So you're just using that single button, pretty straightforward, and obviously, along with all the others, is acting as a mini humidifier to help keep the air around us moist, which is lovely for ease of respiratory systems. And then there's the little Live diffuser. This has really taken off, and I actually called in today to a friend of mine who's going into hospital tomorrow, and she's got her Live. She's ordered one and treated herself, and she's checked in with a hospital to see whether she can bring it with her, which she can. She's taking a power pack to plug it into because it comes with a USB connection, and she'll be able to have it next to her bed, diffusing essential oils with her. So just a really nice use of that, and obviously lovely to be able to plug it into a power pack and not be reliant on pack tested leads for hospital visits. But also the one that I've got plugged in at the moment is plugged into my laptop, obviously USB, perfect for using at your desk, and just a few drops of your essential oil and away you go, just with it there taking up very little space. So it's obviously a much smaller capacity, 70 mils, so it's not going to last as long on the water that it has as some of the bigger diffusers, but actually very neat and tidy. My mum ordered one of these, and she has it in her kitchen where she doesn't want to take it taking up too much space, and it's just basically about the size of a mug, and it just sits on the side. So yeah, easy wipeable, cleanable thing to have in that kind of setting. Now, the Create Your Own range I mentioned, and this is a lovely way to experiment with essential oils. It's actually on page 43 in your catalogue, and I've got a bath oil from the Create range here that I've literally taken out of my bathroom. As you can see, I've put one of the professional size pumps in the top. Those are available to order in business tools, mostly because of the big 500 ml bottles of body lotion and massage oil that are available for therapists to use in their businesses in business tools. But all you need to do is just cut a little piece off the end of the pump tube, and the neck of the bottle is the same size as these 200 ml bottles that we can buy. Sorry, 250 mils, I hesitated then, that we can buy as part of our catalogue range. So page 43 in your catalogue, and what I love about the Create range is there's a little box on the side of each label that tells you how much essential oil you can add to each of the bottles to create your own, whichever bespoke bath oil you like, or face and body lotion, or hair and body wash, or ointment. So this range is completely amazing for people with very, very sensitive skin who just need a base product with no essential oil in it to allow their skin to stabilize and recover and be reassured, find its natural balance, but also a lovely way to experiment with some essential oils and create your own, and realise just how well Neil Shard Remedies do it, because it's actually quite tricky to make a product that smells as good as the ones that are pre-made for us. in our range. It's a lovely workshop to do with customers when we can all be together again round a table, let them have a go at making their own products. But that's pretty tricky to do with essential oils and sample pots in the post. So I've held fire on doing that for now. But if they want to order the oils and order these bottles that I've put the images up for, then of course they can have a go and do that at home. Nice thing to do in lockdown. And then I think it's really worth pointing out that all of our skincare range for face and body are aromatherapeutic and all contain essential oils. So one of the things that I'm doing for my customers is sending a little sample pot with some wild rose hand cream. They've really had different fragrances of geranium and orange and Be Lovely and Melissa through the other socials that I've done, but wild rose I haven't yet featured, so we're going to do that with the hand creams and just give them a little bit of this to enjoy on their hands whilst they are considering essential oils and aromatherapy, and just the realization that actually this hand cream doesn't just do what it says it's going to do in terms of nourishing and protecting my hands, but I'm going to get the benefit of the essential oil that fragrances it as well. And this is a perfect time to talk about the fact that not only are those essential oils aromatherapeutic, but they're a beautiful natural alternative to the artificial fragrance that many skincare products have, which of course are a cocktail of synthetic chemicals. So it's just worth highlighting our beautiful range. And then wrapping up. So which are their favourites? Would they go for home fragrance range for some things? Maybe for the bathrooms, the room sprays and the reed diffusers. A room that can sometimes need a bit of refreshing, might smell a bit musty, then obviously those reed diffusers are perfect. The candles are so lovely to relax with. But actually the investment of a diffuser, once you've got it, of course, the world's your oyster on the essential oils you can add to it. Do they fancy having a go at creating their own shower gel or hand wash, massage oil, body lotion? So just get some feedback, and if you're doing that on Zoom, it's lovely to have those comments in the chat. And then afterwards, obviously, you're going to resend the online party link and offer to answer any questions they've got. I did a customer social on Friday. It wasn't for this theme, but do you know, I think, I'm just thinking about it now, yeah, every single customer asked questions before finalising the order. They really do love your input and suggestions, and it's a perfect time to really connect with the individual customers. So really offer that support and make sure that they're really happy with what they're ordering. And then to finally wrap it up, let them know when the next one's going to be. So just really important that they're beginning to get excited about the next theme and that they're pre-booking that into their diaries so that they're going to be there. So I hope that that has given you some good ideas on maximising our aromatherapy collection and just exploring essential oils and the diffusers and the various ways in which we use essential oils in our collection. If you want to, you can read up a bit about how essential oils work in our systems and tell your customers a little bit about that. The fact that it engages the olfactory part of our brain, and that's the place where aromatherapy benefit is the source. And there's no need to do all of that research if actually you just want to show them some products, let them enjoy the oils and see the range of ways in which we use them in our collection. So enjoy running your aromatherapy and diffusers session, and I'll see you for the next one, which is going to be body products. Take care, bye.